The Gondo Wizard, once the most prominent character in the Shogun sector, but later forgotten, overshadowed by the all-powerful Archmage. He hasn't appeared in a PCG for a long time. But now, it's time to go over the history of the Gondo Wizard, where he's been, where he is now, and where he will go in the future. So sit back, relax, and get ready to dive into some deep Gondo lore. Now, not much is known about the Gondo Wizard in his early days, and that's yet to be fleshed out. Feel free, if you guys are watching this video and you want to explore what the Gondo Wizard's life was like in the early ages, feel free to do that. But, as far as we know, the Gondo Wizard started his passion for magic ever since he went to the School of Secrets, which is a school of magic on the planet Gondo. There, he became obsessed with magic and actually took some dark magic classes that they taught there. There was a secret underground part of the School of Secrets where he probably did his practicing. Ever since then, the Gondo Wizard has been up to no good. He became fascinated with creatures and how you could just breed them to make different styles. He loved this so much that he set up labs all over Gondo and started practicing on the creation of hybrids. All was going good until he created one of his hybrids. This hybrid was called Pinchvac, a hybrid of Pinchoid Cravagus and Zuvac. This would be his greatest mistake. You see, when the Gondo Wizard was first creating hybrids, he didn't exactly program to be obedient as he did his later ones. He made them so they had a mind of their own, and this one, Pinchvac, instinctively hated the Gondo Wizard and knew that he had to take him down. As seen in Pinchvac, the life and times of a crab on a stick, we can see Pinchvac attacking the Gondo Wizard and defeating him. He would later do this multiple times. But in the last Pinchvac game that we have, Pinchvac 4 The Alliance, the main villain, which has appeared in every Pinchvac, was absent and instead replaced by the Shadow Alliance in that game. Now, this is where our Gondo Wizard timeline ends so far. There's been no other PCGs with him, or not that I'm aware of, or if there were, they were insignificant. Now that is all we know up until now about the Gondo Wizard. He's been overshadowed by other wizards like the Archmage, who is much more fascinating for many other people. But I did not want to let the Gondo Wizard drift away into the archives. I wanted to continue his story, and so I decided to flesh out the Gondo Wizard's lore. Now, I could go into depth and make about 10 Gondo Wizard games, fleshing him out, but I feel like what would be easier is just flat out writing the lore and creating the story on the spot. Not everything in PCGs has to be in PCG form. It can be in comics, stories, or drawings. So stay with me as I explore the Gondo Wizard's future. So after the events of Pinchvac series, the Gondo Wizard felt defeated. He no longer felt like he had a place as an evil being. The Archmage was overtaken Shogun by now, and the Gondo Wizard went into hiding. He stopped making hybrids, losing all interest, and started up alchemy. He changed his identity, became a businessman, founded a company called Sussy Inc., where he would go on to make vehicles like Sussy Lamborghini and potions like Potion of Sus, as seen in my trading card game Epic Underworlds 2.0. He also moved to the planet Globatris, where he would continue his passions. So, it just goes to show that even the evilest of characters can change into good. There are just so many evil characters and companies in the PCG universe, and sometimes I just want to focus on the good characters. I know those might not be the most entertaining stories, but honestly, I would much rather prefer playing a game with a peaceful setting and nice characters than just all-out depressing war all the time. Now, this might not be the case for most of you, but I'm going to try to focus on making Shogun a more peaceful place where they focus more on building the sector as a whole instead of just war. Thankfully, the war between Hento and Kobo has just ended, as seen in my chronology, which I will announce later. But now I think it's time for an age of peace in Shogun. Now, this is just scratching the surface of who the Gondo Wizard really is. His childhood and the events of what I just described hasn't really all been fleshed out right now. So I would love it if you guys made some PCGs, stories, or comics, fleshing them out even more. Thank you guys so much for watching this first lore video of my Shogun lore series, and I'll see you in the next Epic Worlds PCG video. Thanks.